think I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the WODprep podcast. Guys, remember, if you are looking to join a competition coming up soon, Coda Iron Games, October 4th and 5th in Denver, Colorado. Claire will be there. I wrote it. It's going to be savage. Teams of 3. You should be there too. We have a few spots left in most of the divisions. Some of them are full, but if you guys are looking to compete, it's great. Easy to get to. Come on down. All right. Welcome back to the age group CrossFit game. I think I've called it the Masters CrossFit games most of the time, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's
not.
The age group. It's the age group CrossFit games.
Yep.
Cool. How's your day going?
It's going good. We've had very different days. We've been in different places
for sure.
the whole time.
Super different days.
So it's kind of cool because we can then cover 2 totally different angles of what's been happening.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's been, that's really loud. It has been a good day overall.
Mm-hmm.
All of our athletes are doing really well. The event, the clean and jerk, is, in my opinion, going pretty smoothly.
Yes.
The spectator workout floor has been crushing it. We've had a lot of people out there.
Yes.
Everyone's busy. And yeah, there's some 50-year-old women out there hitting through 200 pounds. There was a 16-year-old girl that hit 260.
260.
That's fucking crazy. Is that online somewhere?
No, she's 14.
Oh, it was in the 14?
She's a 14.
Yeah, I've seen her lift. I know who it is now. I've seen her lifts. She's bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. She won't do CrossFit much longer.
And then she'll just split
For
off and
sure.
do Ollie.
100%.
And then there's
and do what?
a 14 to 15-year-old boy that did 300 pounds.
Sick.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a pussy. It's fine. Never lifted that much. 30. 30.
That's all right. I mean,
right.
I haven't lifted 260.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say that about you. I can say that about myself.
Okay. Yeah, you can say you're right. You're right.
Cool. What's up, guys? Hey, Slater. Hey, Vic. What's up, Larry? Yeah, dude. People are strong. But overall, I think we're having a great time. The booth is good. We have the team here helping. There's a pretty decent crowd here. How many people do you think are here?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. And this is only, this is Thursday, right?
So yeah, it's Thursday. So, like, random spectators
here
won't really be here yet, right? Like your locals that are just coming to watch. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone here is like family or like direct gym that traveled afar.
Yep.
And they've only been here. They were only here for one event today, right? It was offsite for most of the event. But as of tomorrow, everyone will be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the entire day. And it's going to be packed. All these floors are going to be running at the same time. And it's going to be hectic.
Yes.
Hopefully our internet doesn't suck. I'm really nervous about it. I'm super nervous about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Justifiably so. So far, I don't know, hotspot wise, it's been good, but that's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's going good. All right, so let's just dig into the leaderboard. So the men are about to go. So our younger male age groups are about to go probably for the next hour or so. But the females are done, and all of our athletes are done too. So
and the boys are finishing up, or they did just finish up.
Yeah, the teens. Yes?
Uh-huh.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so share. I can do this. You're right. I can't pick on Claire.
Oh, I love that. Can we pull that one?
Jimmy would beat me up. Jimmy would beat me up.
What's up, Vicky?
I wouldn't even put up a good fight. I would think it. I feel like I might be able to get one in, and then that would be it.
Can I tell a quick story about him? Because
about
he's so
Jimmy
cool.
and fighting?
Yeah, well, sure.
Okay.
Not about fighting, but about his jiu-jitsu experience.
I'm ready.
So for anyone who's listening, he's like, what the heck are they talking about? Well, real fast, little side note is my fiance, Jimmy, he does a number of different athletic pursuits. One of them has been jiu-jitsu, and he got his he went from a white belt to a black belt in like 5 or 6 years, which is like a crazy trajectory.
That's really fast.
And he has been training under a different school and demoted himself. Who do you know that just simply had a conversation with?
Ironically, you say that. I know, I think 2 people, because jiu-jitsu is such like a sport of I don't know, like earnestness and like self-awareness.
Yes.
That it's, of all the sports where someone would be like, I was a pro, now I don't want to get paid. Like that's the one that you would, it's not as crazy, and only because I know 2 people that have done it.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to train some jiu-jitsu guys like in fitness.
Yeah.
And so one of them did the exact same thing there, and he knew someone that did too. So, but yeah, it's such a crazy concept.
It's just such a sign of humility, because you reach a point where like you are, like everyone knows that you have this belt level that is so prestigious and you earned it.
Right.
And then because you chose to move somewhere else and just whatever factors. And anyway, whenever we initially were talking about the idea, I was like, that is so on brand for you. I feel so few people who would probably make that choice. And maybe in that world, you're right. Maybe there are more of them. But it was a cool thing where he's just like, I'd like to re-earn based on where I'm at.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, moving
Seems
on.
like a good dude. I can't wait to meet him.
He followed you
I'm
today.
watching.
You made it.
I know I did. He did follow me today. Guys, I'm watching the spectator floor workout, and there is a guy on the rig that has to be on the 6 foot length because his arms wouldn't fit on the 4 foot doing toes to bar. Like his arms are almost 4.5 feet wide.
That
on
he
the
has
toes
some.
bar.
Those are
It's-
called long levers. I can relate to that.
It's
Not quite that level.
That's crazy.
Not quite that level.
I think he has to do it because he's too tall. I think his feet hit the ground. Also part of it. There's no way that's actually how he does it. Anyways. All right. So let's talk about some fitness.
Yep.
Sick. All right. Let's go to the females. Females are done for all the age groups. So whoops, that's not right.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to dive into this because, as we said, we've had such different experiences. So you've been with your female athletes, warming them up, being over there on the floor with them, etc. And I have not been over there very much at all.
For some reason, the female leaderboard isn't, or like some of the female leaderboards aren't, like the points are in, but they're not combining them. So it's hard to tell who's actually in first. But we went over the runs this morning, so let's just go over the lift.
Yes.
Christy Middleton, 265. Holy fuck. This girl, Sarah. Perfect. Awesome. We have a guest for you guys coming
Stay
on
tuned,
in 5
you're gonna
minutes.
like it.
This girl has been a games athlete. Sarah Costas. Kelly Clark, Carolyn Prevost, who I was just chatting with, put up the biggest fight about these events and then is sitting, I'm pretty sure, in first place after day one. Actually,
so it's not updating the total if you
no,
go.
it's just not updating the total. So, but she has 168 points.
And
this girl has
230-pound lift.
Yeah, 230-pound, got fourth in the clean and jerk. Good for her. That's fucking amazing. Go,
Yeah.
Carolyn. But I think she is. Oh no, she's in sec. Carolyn Klutz is in first. Anyways, it'll update soon. Carolyn Prevost doing very well. Caroline Klutz obviously doing very well. She did very well last year. And Christine Best, Holly Henderson, Francesca, Allison Stahl. Yeah, I mean, big lifts. Everyone over 200 pounds.
Where did Lido line up here?
21st, 205.
She hit 205.
Which is a PR for her. You guys, we had her on this morning. She said 95 is her PR, which is, no, so not quite a PR, just under.
210 would have been
210
a PR
would have been a
for
PR. Yeah, it was like 207.
So it's a match.
Yeah, pretty much
after
a match.
7K.
Yep. Let's see. 245 for our 40 to 45 females. Let's just see our biggest lifts. 245 for 40 to 45. 225 for 45 to 49. Kelly Friel, she was moving weight in the back, and it was just mind blowing. She's fit.
Yeah.
She's super fit.
Yeah.
Jen McKesh, my athlete, she ended up not having the greatest lift. Hit 185, really easy. Went for 195, and we just couldn't get her elbow around. Right, she kept getting kind of squeezed in the front rack. It's like our external rotation is kind of a struggle for her. She's had shoulder surgery, and so
she's a former gymnast.
She is a former gymnast, but she's had shoulder problems for a while. Sorry guys, zoom in. I'll zoom in. There we go. Better? Yeah. Maybe if I go here. Yeah, this one. All right. Here we go. And so not our greatest. 185 is basically right at her PR. She's never hit 190. We've cleaned it a bunch of times, or we've attempted to clean it a bunch of times. So we're right there. I mean, 205 is in the bag if we just get the elbows up. She just kind of gets kicked out. And I think it's like a external rotation strength because it gets on here and then it just droops a little. And then she just has no ability to fight and get the elbows back up.
So the fail occurred in the catch of the clean?
Catch of the clean. Always in the catch of the clean. Yeah. So we're close, but not the best turnout for her there. So she's sitting in 18th.
Well, and she's a little
19th.
thing too. And so much of what she said that you guys are working on is literally putting size on her. She's been working adamantly on building her own mass.
But she is extremely strong for 130 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. She's definitely one of the smaller athletes out there.
Yeah.
So she's super strong. 50 to 54. Jennifer Jasper, 195. 55 to 59 was pretty much just 165. Rose Wall, my athlete, sitting in this is fourth. We did the math, so she's fourth overall.
Okay.
But got third in the lift. This is her biggest lift since shoulder surgery 3 years ago. She hasn't even attempted over 150.
Really?
Yeah, not even. We just don't.
How'd that go for her today? How does she feel about that?
The first thing she said was she missed one. She was like, I really wanted 165. And I was like, you're such a pain in the ass. Like, why? Why do we need 165? We literally hit a PR for.
Oh, I love the, you know what? I love the tenacity though. Get it,
yeah.
Rose.
Yeah, for sure.
You want it, you go get it.
And so, but can't be too upset about it. She would have tied for first. And so we're really excited with where she is after a pure run event being in the top 5. It's going to set up for a really good weekend for her. She's really fucking good at CrossFit and all the CrossFit stuff. Rose is very, very good at CrossFit. She's very good at racing, pacing. We have that 18-minute AMRAP tomorrow. And so she's going to do very well there. All right, let's look at the women's 65. Let's see. Just want to see the big lifts. 140 pounds. Oh, we skipped one. 60. 160. So the 60-year-olds and the 55-year-olds lift the same, right? 160 pounds, and then 165, which is crazy to think that a 6-year-old's lifting 160 pounds. Amazing work, ladies. All right. Daya Jensen, 140, and then women's 70, 115 pounds. That's pretty crazy.
How did Janelle do in the lift?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Janelle within herself did very well. Got 130, I believe, which is bigger than the goal. The goal was 125.
Okay.
But she at 130. I think that's tied for her PR, or right there. I don't think she's at 135. So a great execution. Obviously, strength is a struggle point for her relative to the other athletes, but a great execution, a great day one for her. Yeah. Super big day one.
50 to 50, and then 55 to 59 division.
Yep. And then Lynn Watt finished 18th in the lift. Not her best lift day, but I mean, she only cleans 60 kilos, so 132. So she's still right there at 125, right? But it's that's a lifetime lift relative to a getting older. All right, guest that way.
Yep.
Cool. Slide over. All right, guys, we got a guest.
Welcome.
Perfect. Cool, man.
Is this one of those where do I look type situations?
No, we're just talking. This is very not that professional. We try to be.
Okay. Can I get a little more?
Check.
Yep.
Checkity, check.
How about now?
A little more of my own.
Yeah, if we get too much, it's gonna catch.
Oh, I see.
So it's good.
Okay.
It's good for the chat. As long as you can hear us, that's good, because it'll start picking up all the music and stuff if we get it too loud.
Yeah. So yours of you will stay quiet. You can hear us, okay?
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that a subtle hint if I stay quiet?
No.
Hey, dude,
I need you to be on here.
We asked you to come, but we really want you to be quiet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just here for a shirt.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
Guys, this is, if you don't know who this is, you live under a rock, but this is Adrian Bosman. And Adrian, can you tell me what you do at CrossFit? I actually don't know. Like, what's your title? I know that's like always been like a running joke, but what is currently your title?
My current title is competition director. So in 2020, well, we go all the way back to the beginning. I started working for CrossFit in 2006. First time I ever got paid was in 2007. And then since then, I've worn a lot of different hats in the education department, seminar staff, etc. In 2021, things started getting a little bit more streamlined as far as people's responsibilities. And so I switched over to the games team full time, and that's what I've been doing since. So, yeah.
Cool.
Had a lot of different hands and a lot of different pots in the CrossFit world since then.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you still have hands in any of those pots as far as seminar staff or the education goes, or are you pretty well removed from that at this point?
At this point, I don't have a lot to do with that, other than, a connection with a lot of those people for a lot of years, but not in any like official capacity. Every once in a while, they'll have me weigh in on something, and I feel out of my depth because I don't do it anymore.
Ooh, right. Okay, well, then being the current, have they had you weigh in on anything in regards to the level 4 recently?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not really.
Do you know any information? Do you know anything about it?
I don't.
No.
Not much.
Probe.
Other than
I'm
I know
gonna
it's
probe.
it's
he
getting
can handle it. I have faith.
Yeah. No, it's I know it's getting an overhaul. I don't know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
status of it. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so what are you doing here?
Here to support the event. So, we partnered with Legends. It's the second year we've done that. Last year in Birmingham, this year here, obviously.
Yep.
And our job is really just to help them where we can. So in the run up to the event, we meet with them regularly, help them with the planning process, soundboard some of the event logistics.
Yep.
Once we show up on site, we've got 4 people from our staff here today. Most of them will be here through the weekend. Dawn Fall just showed up. Dave will be here a little later. But the 4 of us are here to really just grease the skids in any way that we can.
Cool.
So if it means hopping on the mic and giving a brief, then great. If that means taping up some judges' cams, great.
Sick.
We're
Cool.
happy to do what we can.
Awesome.
So,
and what did it look like leading up to it? Like, how much involvement did you guys have with like the workouts, decision making, bringing the teens on, like that kind of stuff? Like, what's that oversight advice look like? Or is it like they just were like, hey, we talked to Pitt, we're going to do it together. What do you guys think? Like, what does that look like?
Early on, that was a decision that they had made,
Cool.
which, we fully support. I think it made a lot of sense. Obviously, when you start getting kind of behind the curtain look at venue costs and just sharing resources, stuff like that, I think it made a lot of sense.
Right.
But ultimately, I think just having all the age groups together.
Yeah, I mean, it's natural.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was something that they had determined early on and came to us and were like, yeah, of course we support that.
Cool.
And then as far as programming, they soundboarded their workouts off of us. I think we got up to like version 3. And,
right, that's
a little back and forth.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. So it's great to work with them. Ultimately, it's their event. They get the workouts that they want to do, and we give them a little bit of like, hey, it'll probably be a little smoother if we do it this way.
Yeah. So you saw weighted pistols, and you were like, that's a fucking great idea. You're like, that's super awesome. This is going to go well, even though we haven't tested the individuals in that since 2013.
There were some conflicting opinions about
that. All right,
that
good.
movement,
as long as there was someone was conflicting behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you tell where CJ stands on that one?
You like him? Love him? Want to do him right now?
No, absolutely not. I don't think I could do one at all.
I mean, that's why they're where they are. But it'll be interesting to see that.
To get to know where you push back on any of the workouts. What do you feel about an A-team and an AMRAP?
I feel like good luck getting through most of that. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a burner on the row at the end for those that can get through that first chunk.
Sure.
So,
yeah. I think you'll be surprised. I think a lot of people are going to finish the cleans in the second round.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Yeah. It's gonna eat them up. Not my favorite. I'll be honest. This doesn't have to be a programming call, which I would love to anytime have programming chat.
Yeah.
But that much eccentric and that movement specifically to like that's gonna end up being like your winners versus your last place. They're gonna do so many more hang cleans, even potentially toes to bar and like that 45 range because that kettlebell got a little bit lighter. I was talking to some athletes and they're pretty confident they'll get to the toes to bar. It's just awesome. It is great and it's an amazing thing that they can do. But for someone who gets stuck on the pistols, that athlete is going to have done a copious amount more work and definitely be hurt instead of rewarded for winning the event.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point when you're talking about any AMRAP. I also think that there's ways to make it a little less, disparate, I guess. And I think this event is probably on that side of things versus one that just you run away with the reps.
Right.
I'll also say too that I think if you're an athlete for most of the divisions, maybe some of the older divisions that changes a bit, but if you're an athlete generally, that pistol is just not happening for you. It's like I think it's probably going to reveal some other weaknesses that you have.
Yeah, sure.
And I get it.
So
I don't know that it's like a huge determining factor for the rest of the weekend, though, is what I'm saying.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think the pistol is. I do think potentially that clean, it's never that much of a determining factor, but if the goal is to have like an even playing field and someone did 50 hang cleans versus someone that didn't do any other hang cleans.
Sure.
Right? So,
but you can play that game all the time. So if you're last on the run and you're last on the run and you dog
you walk. Yeah, 100%.
Is that even
there was like 5 people that walked.
So
I was like, that's just one. No, I get it.
So, there's always going to be a gamesmanship aspect. Obviously, you want to minimize it with the programming. I totally agree with you there. But yeah.
In a vacuum, sorry, last one on the pistol question. In a vacuum, pistols, yay or nay?
Are they easier in a vacuum?
No. Yeah. Are we floating? Are they upside down? No, in a vacuum.
Zero gravity situation.
Relevant to there, obviously. Yeah. You didn't program them when you were programming the games. And so, do you like them in competition?
I'm
or not?
I'm lukewarm on them in competition, if I'm honest. I think that they're a difficult movement to judge. I think athletes have a tendency to put their support or non-support leg down early.
Sure.
Honestly, I think the weight, it actually mitigates some of that, just because it slows the movement down a little bit.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm kind of lukewarm on them in competition. I'll say for online competition, I think they're absolutely not
Yeah, it'd be
appropriate.
terrible. Yeah, for sure.
So better in live.
Hashtag open
Not-
2020.
We've learned that lesson enough. Not good for online comp. Lukewarm on them in
person.
But
Sure.
my opinion doesn't have to be the authority on that.
Yeah,
either,
sure.
so,
That's all right. Cool.
yeah.
What a beautiful place to be. I can relate to that of just
Yeah.
my opinion doesn't, it only, it just has to be mine and that's good enough.
Well, hey, I'll say too, I've been noodling this around in my head lately. It's like, I truly believe people love to banter about programming, and sure, there's objectively bad programming. There's better programming. No argument there. However, I think there's a big strike zone in the middle. And I firmly believe the older I get and the more I've done this stuff, that a lot of programming discussions, if you were to take them and write on a whiteboard in 2 columns, good programming and bad programming, and list all the things that are good and bad, and then the athletes like wipe them away and put things I like and things I don't like, they're probably going to be pretty close to a match.
Oh, like
You
if
know what I
someone's
mean?
just
And
looking at something. Yeah, for sure.
So it's fun to pick these things apart, but at the end of the day, it's like if there's enough events and enough range, I think you'll get to the end result
Right.
Yes.
pretty well.
Enough events and enough range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned the run earlier this morning, and what were your feelings about that? I was not there, but did hear
I
that.
was not either. I was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
J-Mac from our team was over there. So.
Okay.
But
Well,
I was getting updates. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess just as far as the logistics, it sounded like it was extremely well run. It was
Yeah.
smooth, and
Yep.
having that third party being involved in the process,
Sure.
that's kind of a new concept, right? Bringing in some local run community to help logistically.
I think for the run specifically, yes, some events don't choose to do that. But like as far as like working with specialty groups for certain events, like
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common.
Okay.
Because there's so many things that you don't know about an offsite event
Yep.
that can be better informed by a group like that. So yeah,
Yep.
it's a good thing. But yeah, I thought the way that they did it, knowing that we have over 500 athletes here, they've all got to get through that run smoothly. And so I thought that wave start concept worked out really well.
Yeah, it was nice.
You start with your heat. So it's just you and maximum of 30 other athletes that start. And then every 5 or 6 minutes, another wave comes behind you. So ultimately on the course, you could have a lot of people, but there's at that point the spread that it doesn't, affect you quite as much.
Right.
So yeah, it sounded like it went pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I thought it.
Were you down there?
Yeah, I was down there. Weather was perfect.
Yeah.
Temperate,
Yep.
cloudy. It was nice. It was good. Yeah, it was really good. But good everything. Yeah, it was really good. Cool.
You want to pick apart anything for I want to ask questions just in
we
relation
got-
to how things have.
What time?
People,
What time?
is this live? We
Yeah,
got
it's
people-
live.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, this is live.
Applause.
Yeah.
Best program games.
Adrian
Boswell.
Bosman.
Butter me up. Thank you.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's really dig into that. So I'm really curious. Like your
I don't know if I agree, by the way, but it was
defined.
fun, though.
Do you have one in mind?
Things I like, things I don't like.
Yeah, for sure. I am really interested in your title of director of competition, and so
Competition director. please.
sorry, my bad. I apologize.
Get it right.
Dave is director of competition. You're competition director, right? Exactly. So
He's general manager. I'm
Oh,
assistant
okay.
to the
Got it.
general manager.
okay, all right,
Yeah. Good luck ever figuring this out, guys. By the
CrossFit-
time we get through this podcast, it'll change.
dude. It's very much that this semantics back and forth right here is very similar to CrossFit acronyms. It's I don't know. Is it the same? What does it mean? Anyways, but it's clear that Dave obviously manages and programs the games, and so where does your responsibility lie? Post that. We know you assist them some. No one knows how much, and it's
Very
so-
close secret.
Close.
But no,
doors,
it's,
yeah, stuff.
So it varies year to year too. So, man, Dave and I have been working together since 2006, and there's been years where it's this year is a great example. Dave came in early and was like, "Hey, look, I'm fired up. I want to program the games." And I was like, "Yeah, great.
Sure.
Take it and run with it." You know what I mean? Because, in my opinion, I'm all about what's going to get to the best result,
Right.
and best outcome. If somebody's fired up to do something, it's take that motivation and run with it.
Yeah.
And I'll help out where I can. So this year is exclusively Dave's programming. Obviously, in 2022, that was exclusively my programming, and there's been years where there's been a mishmash of that.
Yep.
But a big part of my job, once we kind of have the scope of the event on paper, my job is like, well, how are we going to do it? So how does it look on the field? What are the judges going to be doing? How can we refine the movement standards? All of those types of things that go into it. And I'll say that for any event out there that wants to do this, whether they're well established and they've done this a lot, or they're just like a local community thing that is just getting started, you can never spend enough time physically stepping through the event off of the sheet of paper.
Oh yeah,
it's so
for sure.
easy to write something on paper and then say, all right, there it is. But until you've actually like physically put the time in the space, taking a look at how all the things fit together, it's never going to come together as well as you think. So question is, are you going to document and then try to make reality match that piece of paper, or do you have something in mind, you lay it out in real life and then match the document to what actually happens?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You have to take that second approach, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and the less of that you do, the more day of suffering that you experience, and then post suffering as well. But that's what we've seen is if it hasn't been run through, and every little detail, like you said, it's been really fun to be a part of a number of different events and get to watch even the judges team run through full blown, everything. I mean, it really does make a tremendous difference to spend that upfront energy, to not have to spend that frazzled in the moment energy.
Yeah, and it's so much easier to experience a problem before a competition starts and then solve it versus, hey, it didn't work the way that we wanted, which, I mean, it happens, and you have an athlete issue, and then, okay, now we have to figure out a fair resolution, and that's challenging. So,
So we have some two really good questions, in my opinion, in here. And so first one is, how do you feel about pegboard gate? And what is your opinion on it? I think that's super important.
My opinion is that's sports, baby. I mean, is it, can you look at certain events and say, hey, conditions could have been more consistent? Absolutely. And is that an event where maybe that's the case? Yeah, maybe. I think athlete behavior has a part to play in that. I think that, you have to consider the entire range of athletes that did that, to include the teams.
Sure.
How did it affect them earlier in the day?
Sure.
Was it as dramatic? Was it not? So, if you're going to go down that road, I think you just have to do it fully and not just pick like, hey, my athlete that I really resonate with didn't do well in this event and I want to pin it on something. I think that's not a fair shake.
Yeah.
But yeah, are there certain conditions that affect the outcome of an event? Absolutely.
So are you saying certain conditions affected the outcome?
I'm not saying it happened in this case. I'm saying that, like, can it happen? Sure.
All right.
I think you referenced all the circumstances surrounding it. And so like making sure that from one heat to the next, the way that they are, dealt with. And that's another one of those in real time. You did so much testing in advance to try to avoid situations like that. And yet situations like that occur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's sports, baby.
That's sports for sure. This is a great question. Where do you see yourself this time next year?
Probably right around what's August?
Yeah.
Probably
right here,
here
in Columbus.
I'm not one of these like goal-oriented people. I don't get these. I cannot fundamentally relate to people that are like, I have this mind map of my life. Like I've just never been that.
Me neither.
Person, so.
I've always answered that question. I think they're referring more to like your position in CrossFit and.
Oh, I don't know. That even less certain, I guess.
Yeah, less certain.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, everybody knows the company's up for sale. So
yeah. So who's going to buy it?
I don't know.
Do you feel?
You gotta know,
dude. I wish. I don't know.
Do you feel generally peaceful considering that?
I mean, I have made my peace for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
Since the company sold the first time.
You mean you're acclimated to this experience?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that I am comfortable that I have played a role in this subculture and confident, therefore, that there will be a place within that for me, whether that is I continue to work for the entity that is CrossFit now. Mm-hmm. Great. I would love that. Yep. But if, my input is not valuable to them anymore, then that's fine. Yeah. But I don't know. That means I'm acclimated to it. If that makes sense.
Good bit of faith.
Yeah.
So post games, CrossFit games too, now at the age group games, overall, I guess that kind of is what you just said, but overall feelings, of course, you have like a tremendous amount of optimism coming from the community and of course all of the marketing initiatives that are going ridiculously well, which is so encouraging. How is your temperament about, I guess, post games?
It's good to have everybody back together to do the thing. I mean, it's, after something as horrible as what happened in 2024,
Yes.
That's a lot. I think it's really good that there are people that were involved that were heavily affected by that were willing to come back and, be a part of the team again. I think it's good for the community to see that, despite everything that's happened in the last couple of years, like there's still a lot of really good people that haven't given up on this thing and still believe in it, still think it's like the coolest thing ever.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So yeah, I mean, how could that not be fundamentally positive?
Right.
So yeah, I feel very good about having that opportunity to get people back together. Yeah.
I think the fire behind it. I think
you queuing up a gotcha over there?
No, I'm just going to ask a question.
Uh-huh.
I just want to ask.
I didn't know it was that kind of interview. It was like, I thought this was a puff piece. Favorite color, blue?
What
do we?
It certainly isn't that.
Jeez. Okay.
No.
So
hey, Boz, come on over for a second. Softballs only.
I just want to know.
Not from CJ.
No, that's not it. That's all right.
He's not a softball
kind
of guy.
On the show again. I got to get it while we're here.
Come on.
Maybe we are. All right. So this was just an interesting thing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And so
we're just talking here. It'll never get picked apart and like brought back. Never mind.
Totally not. Yeah. No one's watching this.
Yeah.
No one's watching this. All right. So you're very not random.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows. I watch all of them. And then Barbell Spin posted this. I didn't watch this one. I've been here. But it was just an interesting thing to hear from, I don't know, someone that's been such a cornerstone in this sport for such a long time.
Yeah.
All right. The games recap. This is going to be, as it seems like every one of these years is, largely you bringing up and chatting through the workouts and me picking your brain and whatnot, because I didn't have the opportunity to watch a single event. I didn't have the opportunity to watch a single event. I didn't have the opportunity to watch.
Internet gotcha for a guy that has a family and like other responsibilities and chooses not to engage in a particular event.
Hey, defend your friend. I'm totally content with you defending your friend. Which is fine. Like, it's just an interesting thing.
Interesting?
Right?
Well,
yeah, it just is to me.
And what we did say, so whenever we saw that earlier, we did interestingly come up and also the reality that I have not watched the remainder of the conversation. So my immediate thought is I want to hear what else surrounded the conversation. Sure. Because of course you just have a clip, you just have a segment of a conversation that was much longer, and you miss the context through that you would then gain through that.
Is Pat didn't watch the games.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it wasn't more of a gotcha. I just wanted to know if that made you feel any certain way other than like you said, Family Guy is what it is, and that's totally fine. It was not. It really wasn't. I promise I wasn't trying to. It got you. Like, I didn't even think about it until you brought up something different.
If I felt some kind of way about it,
sure,
and there was a extended conversation that happened after that, you don't think that would have shown up there?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
Well, and I haven't seen it, so I don't have. I don't have context further than what the clip that's been posted is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to live in the internet age.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
A statement like that is like a talking point.
Yeah.
Don't people have more important things to do with their time?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, but I think that, like you said, like where the sport is and people coming back, I think it just leans into at least someone thinking that, maybe, like who came back and who didn't come back. And so I think that's like, there's this like dichotomy of those that have come back, right? And just like Jenna just posted, like the whole, like, we're so back, right? Like just on that thing. Yeah. And so I think it's the people that are very passionate about the sport and the success of this methodology in this world that want to
cast Pat Sherwood as a non-contributor because he didn't
maybe
watch this
maybe ask the question, is Pat a non-contributor?
Despite the fact that he's been doing this for longer than those people who've been around.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Sure. Hey, that's great. I don't have an opinion on it. I wanted to know your opinion on it, and I respect it. And if you defend Pat, that means Pat's good in my book.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's meaningful. That's what exactly. With that clip, it's exactly what you said. We live in this internet world, which is so interesting, and everything is so clipped down, and we just don't. I hadn't seen the full thing yet to really have good awareness. So.
Yeah.
A good question. Is the game going to be in Carson's next year?
I don't know. I would not bet on Carson though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're not final yet, but I would not bet on Carson.
Not even for the 20th. I don't think it would be a nice homage.
I don't.
How'd you like Carson? How do you like all inside event versus a primarily outside? This is a good one here. We'll walk it back. Walk it back to something a little bit better. So I've always felt that the games created a very unique challenge and stimulus, like at Carson, right? In the Stub Hub, being outside primarily, versus all inside at Albany, or even a lot inside in the Coliseum in Madison, right? Like, what are your thoughts of, should the games be more outside? I know there's a lot of logistical limitations and stuff, but if you had you had the stick, no money limitations, no limitations at all, like, where do you lean?
Yeah, I think in that scenario where it's like, hey, carte blanche, and wave your wand and you can do what you want. Multi-venue, multi-terrain is like obviously a great expression of what a CrossFit Games event can be. I don't think that means that, if you can't do that, that it's
not
worse.
Great.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think you could still get plenty done. Like this is a great example, right? Like you've got 4 different floors. 2 of them are the same, but there are 3 different setups across those 4 floors. You can cover a lot of ground there. But yeah, man, if you have the time, the resource, the money to do it, I think, that would be ultimate. That said, I mean, the Carson days, it's funny because there's so much nostalgia, again, to get into not to go back in the conversation, but like lots of people have nostalgia for things that they weren't a part of. It's really funny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then they don't take some of the negative things that happen there and give it the same due as like minor things that happen in, current year.
Right.
A great example of that was like, man, those Carson days were rough on everybody for the simple fact that the schedule was robust. You were basically in a microwave outside
the whole
all
time,
day, every day. Everybody just left like
fully drained.
Sunburn, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, we had in the early days where we were not as well versed in how to keep athletes, more comfortable when they're competing and things like that. Like, just the temperature on the competition floor.
Right. Oh yeah,
rough.
yeah.
And so for every one of those, like, man, isn't an outdoor venue just the most amazing thing? It's like, yeah, but it comes with these considerations that you also have to, weigh against. So, yeah.
Do we get to know any of the places that are still in the hunt where the games are going to be?
2026. That's a Dave question. To be perfectly honest, like, you want to talk about the
director of competition?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Director of the competition. I'm joking. But no, that's again, Dave is way more involved in the domain of looking for those venues, finding the place that creates the best canvas, given the, restrictions that you have.
Sure.
When you're spending money on such things.
Right. Yeah.
This venue in general, I know that we talked to Bob and Joe last night about the venues.
Do you want to pull some up? Or you're just reading?
No, I'm just reading the comments.
Okay.
And they were really favoring this venue. And then also you've heard some talk about, like, of course, a lot of people desire the idea of both events coming back together, being the age groups and the games themselves.
Yeah.
And so any thoughts on preferences with that? Or, I mean, even just like overall the vibes about this venue for you this year, as it's the first time being here for this?
Yeah, I'll give you an answer that's probably not going to be super satisfying. I think that it's kind of boring. I'll give you the economics answer, right? Which is there's drawbacks to everything. I think the festival atmosphere of having everybody all together at once was awesome.
Yeah.
It was also limiting. I mean, there were years where it was like Masters athletes got 5 or 6 events because that's all that could be squeezed out of a week-long volunteer beatdown to try to get everybody through all these events.
Right.
So, there's that aspect of it.
And as much as that's boring or whatever, it's also so real, I mean, as much as it's not the fun flashy, it's also just like,
what do you mean?
Well, how many humans do we have actually contributing to this thing that we can really pull together and use the resources? It's like we have this big thing, but we also have a small thing too. Does that make sense?
No, I'm not. In the context of do I like separate or together? I'm not following.
No, finish your thought, and then I'll probably loop back.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, I think that having everybody together those years that we were able to do that, there were some great years there. There was also some totally unsustainable workload for volunteers, staff, athletes, et cetera.
Yeah.
Taking them apart, yeah, you lose some of that festival atmosphere. However, I mean, looking at this as a Thursday, and the crowd that's been in here has been pretty solid for a weekday.
Yeah, Masters like they travel with like love for that one person.
Yep.
And that's unique. I don't think CrossFit individuals quite have that. Like they go for the event as a whole.
Yep.
Here, everyone's watching one person, so like the in and out is so much different.
It's interesting though, because yes, I agree with you fundamentally, but to watch the crowd, this morning there was a lot more of like people coming in for clearly like their athlete, their camp, and then heading out. But this afternoon, I've been really surprised at how many people are just
people stay
packed in the
Mhm.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
But anyway, I guess my point, like broadly, is there's drawbacks to either decision. Again, perfect world. There's no such thing as fatigue. There's no such thing as like volunteer limitation. There's no such thing as monetary limitation. Yes, let's do a month. You know what I mean? And everybody does this giant jamboree. But reality dictates that sometimes it's not possible.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's exactly when I was attempting to make that. It was just simply the how many volunteers you have to be able to be a part of a thing and how far you can stretch it. It was just like agreeing from the perspective I typically have at these events of like, it is a big ask.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, dude, hats off to like, there's always a regular volunteer pool. They're taking holidays to be here.
Yes.
They're, it's personal time. It's time away from their family. Like that's a big deal.
No, it is a big deal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm away from my family and it's the worst.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate leaving my little one for sure.
Yeah. How old's your?
He's almost 3.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's the best. Okay, so.
Oh, Carson's too hot. I didn't say that. I just said that people got microwaved. I live in Tennessee now, dude. Come on.
Do you live in Tennessee?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that. You want me to pull something else up?
Roe versus Boz for the Open.
I
think
it's been
too fit now.
Rory's
he's been hanging out with the Mayhem crew.
But I definitely think like a Boz versus Dave would be fucking phenomenal.
I'll take that
shit.
one. I'll take that one to the bank.
Take that over going against Joe.
I think that one would be great.
Yeah.
So let's see. I feel like I had something. I just
Roe
lost
versus
it.
Boz was really good.
It was really good, man. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah. Overall, awesome. In the moment, it was like the most nervous I would get all year. Like every single workout before we would do it, I'd be like just sweating bullets back there. It was terrible.
Sure.
Have you heard in all of the Savant interviews that one of the questions he's repeatedly asking the athletes and so on after the games is something to the effect of like, is there at least a moment during the course of the games where you would like to just get in your vehicle and go home? Like the stress, the whatever, like, you know what, I just really don't want to do this.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's been asking each athlete he's been conversing with post games something along those lines. And
how many say yes?
To my understanding, the majority.
Oh, wow.
I think almost every one of them has been agreeable on that. I think Ricky was a no, but a number of athletes were like, yeah, absolutely. There's a part of you somewhere that is like, this is hard. I want to, so they had different answers, but
How many of them listening or speaking, knowing that their competition is listening, would own up to that? You know?
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what does your training look like these days? I know you've kind of gone back and forth and you talk about,
my training is not good. I don't mean this like in a self-disparaging way, but objectively, I'm in the worst shape that I've been in maybe ever, not ever, but like, a long time. So
pre-CrossFit.
So right now, so like what does it look like as like the games debrief, right? Like where does the team stand on how it went down, what went well, what went poor? What are like the main goal changes for the following year? I assume new ownership and a lot of things are like limiting advanced conversation, but like, it's been 2.5 weeks. And so like, what does that look like for you?
Well, I mean, the team spends a lot of time with each faction. Again, like big event, it's not possible to just have everybody in a room and debrief. So you kind of do it by team.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the teams have had their own after action meetings and reports, and each one of those has different areas to focus on. So, if you're talking about the broadcast and the media, they're going to have their own focus. If you're talking about the competition, it's going to have its own focus, et cetera, et cetera. So it's hard to, I'll give you a non-answer, right? Like it's really hard to say, oh, well, these are the 3 things.
Sure.
It's like in what context?
Right. So. How do you feel the media? How do you feel about, right? Can I ask about media? Can you give some input?
Yeah,
how do you feel?
I'm not that close to it, so I might not
okay.
have,
all right.
a lot to say, but.
and that's fine. I was, TBD. I figured as much. It's tough. I figured like of all the things, like to be separated from, it seems like media would be the easiest, like in general, to like focus on the competition, and the team has so much experience there. I got nothing. Yep.
Oh, as far as media, well, I mean, I wasn't going to ask a question about media, but simply give flowers to the fact that one of the things that I feel like was done so well, and I've talked about it multiple times now, is just that folding in the details about seminars and so on into the broadcast that they did do was such a beautiful way to like, hey, everyone's tuning into this thing to see these incredible athletes, and then being able to just before those heats, and because there were only 3 heats of 10 and everyone's tuning in for all 3 for the most part. I mean, the live streaming was a really cool thing, the way that worked out at the games this year, and right before they all go on, then there goes the video with some behind the scenes of what's actually taking place in a level 1 and so on. And like, I don't know, that to me, I was just like, yes, they didn't come here for this, but they have got to see this, and they're seeing this. And that was so cool.
I think those kind of packages, I mean, I think it's as simple as like, hey, it's our big event. Of course, we should make our advertisements at our big event. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
for sure.
Pretty straightforward.
And like make them cool and make them compelling and make them be like, oh, I want to know more. And like, I'll say, this view might be a little contrarian or like at odds with what other people view the games as, but like I long have felt that the games is not like a primary tool to drive interest for people outside of the CrossFit community. Some people find CrossFit on ESPN and they're like, hey, cool, I want to do this thing. But that's not the majority, in my opinion. I think it's probably pretty easy to figure that out. Walk into any affiliate anywhere in the world and ask 100 of their members, or a majority of their members, how many of you saw the CrossFit Games and you're here now? And I bet you the answer is like 3 out of whatever number. You know what I mean? So to me, I think that CrossFit as a competition and like a spectacle is a retention mechanism. It's once you get the hook, once you start doing this thing and you fall into the lifestyle, you're like, oh, I want to know more. And I think the education is the same way. Like you show up to the gym, you get in coach, you don't care about the mechanics of the movements. You just don't want to get hurt. You just want to have a good workout, whatever. But sooner or later, you start to get hit with that bug of like, well, wait a minute. If I learn this a little bit better, I get a better outcome. Sure. And then that hook leads to like, well, why do we do so many different things? Okay, well, let's talk about the theory of it. And then you're like, well, who is this Tia Claire Toomey person? Like, what's her deal? And then next thing you know, you're following the sport, But I think that grows organically from doing it. Not, I saw this thing on TV and now I'm
right.
You know what I mean?
I have like a little bit of a push. I agree with you, but I have a little bit of like a further point. If you ask any owner, like what's their number one source of marketing? Do we know?
I don't know what source marketing is.
Source of marketing. Like how do people come in? Right. Yeah. Most people say word of mouth. My friend told me whatever. And so I've always felt that exact same way, but I think they run so synonymously that the people that are the biggest words of mouth are the ones that are inundated in the sport, right? And so while it's not a direct, I think it's secondary or tertiary, that the sport is what really gets people. I think it's what separated us from just another training methodology, right?
I can get there. I'm just saying the question of those people that are like super supporters,
right?
Did they see the thing and then they're in, or did they grow to be that? And now it's important.
In like 12 to 16, yes, but then but now obviously our TV presence is lower and things, but I do still think it's in the loop more than a lot of people like, oh, I have no like that reasoning of like, oh, 100 people don't know who Tia Claire Toomey is in a 200 person gym. And that's probably true, but whoever convinced them to walk in the gym, or maybe not that person, but whoever convinced their person that convinced them probably does, right? And I truly think it's a trickle down effect of like the most passionate then moving its way down of like grabbing the neighbor that can't mow their lawn and like, hey, you should probably come do this. It's going to change your life.
No, right? I agree with that for sure. And I think you see that in affiliate owners too.
Right.
Like when you have an affiliate owner that's like fired up, dude, they're attracting people
100%.
to it.
Well, and that's, I hate to, well, no, I don't hate to interject on that one. I go to a gym that is owned by a level 4 seminar staff member. All of that, it's literally, to my understanding, the most accredited gym as far as the coaching staff overall in the state of Texas.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. Yeah. And why is that? Well,
the Republic of Texas, please.
America.
No, Texas.
Get Get it right.
Yeah.
Aren't you from there? But I think that speaks, it's so obvious to me that, like, why do we all have such high regard for wanting to continue the education bit and understand this thing better? Well, because the person leading the room is so I don't want to say indoctrinated, but so heavily bought
Paid
in.
with the value
indoctrinated.
on it,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like, oh, I should do that too.
But how much gratitude I have for that, right? Because I've been a part of multiple different ecosystems, and that top-down leadership is so real, right? So, like, because you have your at level 4, then you encourage and believe that all of your staff should at least, should
Be
continue to
striving for that next thing.
whatever the next thing is. And as a result, you have an entire staff of level 3s, which is just remarkable.
Yeah, I guess my point is it's kind of splitting hairs. I
sure.
totally agree, man, that like that super enthusiastic person drags everybody to a better place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. My point is that I don't think that super enthusiastic person necessarily starts by having no context, seeing the thing, and then becoming super enthusiastic. It's a slower build.
Right.
Yes.
For
And
sure.
now they're in it. And so to that end, having that shining moment that the games has come to represent is very important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just arguing that I don't think it's the entry point for many people, and I don't think it needs to be positioned as the entry point. I think it's totally fine that the games is for the CrossFit hardcore enthusiast.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
I
makes
don't
sense.
think it needs to be, hey, some guy turns it on after watching bowling and he's like, oh my God, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that has to be.
Yeah, it probably isn't how it's
the
working.
focus,
Yeah, I
you know?
agree. So last thing, so we have a new marketing position as a company, right? Fuck the quick fix. The CrossFit is the cure. Like, obviously, I think we understand where everyone pretty much stands on it. How do you feel? How'd you feel about that as it was like coming down the pipeline and like where it went, and how it's being taken by the public?
You want my personal opinion?
I literally only want your personal
Okay, cool,
opinion.
Yeah. My personal opinion is that I think it's great that people are fired up by it. I think it's great that long-term members of the community start to feel that, like, hey, it's getting back to kind of a roots culture or a roots message. That's awesome. I also, on a personal level, I just don't. I'm a weirdo, man. Like, marketing and what is attached to a thing, I don't care. I think the thing itself has to stand on its own 2 feet.
Yeah.
And so shiny package, flubbed statement, whatever. Yeah, can those things help or hurt? Of course. But at the root, is the thing fundamentally different because it has a different wrapping or not?
Sure.
And I don't think it really does. I mean, I've been doing this stuff for a long time.
Doesn't.
And so I guess, again, my personal opinion is like, hey, if you're going to be into the thing, I don't know that the marketing necessarily is the most important. Now, that said, I'm glad that we're back to being able to say fuck again, or whatever.
Sure.
But like, it's yeah. I guess if, again, getting back to wave the magic wand, I wish we lived in a world where like window dressing didn't matter as much as it seems to.
Right.
That's
yeah,
all,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I guess perspective wise on all of that, at the end of the day, it's funny because we're talking so much about these different marketing details, whatever. That's not the role that you're in, right? Like, is there probably a lot of that stuff that you see as it's going live? That's not necessarily something that you're deeply involved in. So like, you're like, oh, and there it is. Okay, cool. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Is that kind of where you're at with when you are aware of those things, like those campaigns and so on?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I was just reading this comment, and I don't know if it applies to this, but I think it fires up the base. And like,
Totally.
If it fires up the base, and the base being the hardcore people, the affiliate owners,
Yes,
that are going to be like re-energized to do the thing. Because I mean, if you've coached for any length of time, if you've run events for any length of time, man, there are great days where you see the product of that work. But there are also a ton of monotonous days that you're like, God, why am I getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to see 3 people
100%.
and do this for another how many years,
Right.
So if those people that are in the trenches doing the thing, keeping the wheels turning, if they are re-energized to continue doing that thing, then I'm all for it.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's what it's done. You know, I mean, it seems like it at least.
I hope so.
I'm not an affiliate owner, and I never needed anything to be motivated, but it does seem that a lot of the people around me, we do this podcast thing, and a lot of people comment, and they watch, and we hear a lot of feedback, and so it does seem that for the people that are passionate, it made them more passionate, and maybe the people that were sort of wishy-washy, it really, like turned the needle for them. And like we said, if we can get them to create word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
If one person currently in CrossFit brings one person, CrossFit doubles in size overnight, right?
Yep.
And so
and I'm sorry, I'm loving these comments. Let's see. Yeah, that's awesome that it gives you guys ideas. This Coda CrossFit.
This is Kevin
saw the
Schutz.
games and got hooked. That's awesome. I would say that you're an outlier, and that's great that that's the wake of people that you've had influenced by that. Fantastic, man. That's so cool.
By the way, that's the owner of the first gym that I was a member at. So it's really
Yeah,
cool. He has
right on.
since gone and opened that one as well. I don't know. Anyway. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Are we going to see you in a Puku shirt soon?
I don't know, man. I'm not like Puki's kind of brash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's fine. But like,
for sure, I had someone buy me the tie-dye purple and green one.
Nice.
Yeah, it was mailed to me. I was very excited about it.
For a guy that's covered in tattoos, I'm just not that loud.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. I feel like every time I've seen you, you are like black on black pants pretty much most of the time. Yeah.
Wait, do I have dip in my lip? I think that's just because I got bad teeth. And
Oh, no.
pushes
Well,
my lip out.
you also have this right in front of your mouth. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Maybe they're talking to me.
I mean, it's totally talking to Claire. Claire's rocking a fat Zen. Definitely.
Definitely not.
Well, hey, thank you so much for coming, man.
Yeah.
This was
pleasure.
great. Yeah. I'm super excited that you're here and this event's going on great. And Bob and Joe seemed very happy that you guys were helping as much as you were helping and how much media was in. And, like it just seems like everyone's playing better together and like everything is just pushing and the whole company is moving, continue, in the right direction. Maybe we stalled for a while or moved in the wrong direction for a little bit, but it seems like every decision that HQ is making right now is moving in that right direction. It's awesome to see it. Yeah, I know. Fingers crossed. Sure.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
I mean, again, it's like, I don't know. I guess if I have a closing statement, I guess I'm pretty much a lifer at this point. You know what I mean?
100%.
And so
Sure.
I really mean what I said before, that like if it leads people to best outcomes, if it gets more people fired up to do the thing, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, and you mentioned 2006 is when you started working for CrossFit, right? So you're 19 years in. Next year you will be
tomorrow. You know the day.
It
That's
doesn't make
kind
any
of weird.
sense because I'm still 25.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I didn't
Yes.
know I started when I was 6.
Yeah.
Just waddled right up to the barbell. But
Cool.
I think for me, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the energy that you've dumped into it over the years, because that's a long time to be doing what you can.
I'm just happy to play my small part, truly.
Well,
Yeah.
It's clearly impactful, or else you wouldn't have been around as long as you have. And so I just appreciate it. And a lot of people do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, thanks.
I second her sentiment for sure.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Boz was in. We will probably not be on tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great one. And thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.
That's it.